Hey everybody, it's Yabo. Hope everyone is doing well. I'm calling from the Bronx wilderness, urban wilderness, so apologies for any sound challenges. Hopefully it should be okay. Could be a siren or a middle schooler or um, a boombox at any moment, as always. Um, but I wanted to give you a little download on the BGDM development plan for this year, to give you some context from which to brainstorm around um, who we could meet or connect with for funders or sponsors, potential partners. Um, and yeah, I know these things, these relationships can take time. So just wanted to give you a little bit of context in your back pocket to as your these ideas are coming to. Thank you so much for your support. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen. Okay, so this is the development plan. So big picture, is a category at the top, kind of the month of when it's happening, unit goal per unit total goal. There's these different categories: individual giving, grants, sponsorship, and advertising, which these three are our primary focuses overall. And then we have some program income, events, and some admin related income pieces. So starting at the top, we have our main board. There are four of them. They have not traditionally been asked to support financially, but they have been asked this year. So so that's a new wonderful development. We have our beautiful, amazing, fantastic capacity council here. Thank you so much. There are 18 of you. Woo! And each person has pledged to bring BGDM 10,000. So new major donors, this is an area that we're cultivating in a deeper way this year. Um, we have traditionally had a lot of grassroots support, and that's um, many funders or donors at, $50, $100, $250 kind of thing. So it's new for us that we're looking to bring in more individuals at 10K, 15K, 25K to help us do our work. And that means there's a lot of relationship building that needs to happen. And hoping to, pulling some of these folks from my network, but this is definitely a place where would love to lean on the Capacity Council to bring some new folks into our orbit. I am super excited and would love to meet anyone that you think would be also excited about BGDM, who can live anywhere, of course, and might have the capacity to do this kind of support. These relationships can take a lot of time, so definitely think as early as possible in your minds. I'm happy to do virtual coffees, in-person coffees, meet someone at a festival if they're there, etc. So yeah, hoping the goal for that is 15 people at these different kind of mixed up levels. Um, so yeah, fingers crossed. Um, Jumping into another new area for us, cultivating new ally donors. Again, our ally donors have also been mostly grassroots at those tiers I mentioned. Um, and of course, would love to move them into major donors, but also fine for them to stay in this kind of $50, $100, $150 level. But we would love to find a lot of them. You can see this unit is 150. We have probably over 600 ally donors at the moment, so it's not unrealistic to bring in this number of people. It just takes effort and intentionality. And we want to build, we're working on building an ally program specifically in terms of cultivating folks, making sure that they know that BGDM is a place that they can be involved in. And we want to broaden the relationship outside of just donor um, and receiver kind of relationship, and look for ways for them to be more connected to BGDM. If you have ideas on that, please definitely reach out. That'll be something that we're focusing on the second half of the year. Okay, so then we have renewing existing member and ally donors. These are, folks that are already in there. Just briefly, we have a donation request when new members join BGDM, new actual BGDM members join. So that's, just guess $15. We guesstimating this number of new members would come in this year. If not more, this is a fraction of how many new members we expect to receive. So hoping that portion of them will contribute. We don't have a member fee. It is something we've talked about over the years. We may introduce one in 2025 for the 10th anniversary. Likely we will. So this is kind of holding a place for, a little bit of contribution until that time. And then, any lapsed donors in the last year or 2 years will reach out to hopefully renew them as well. So that's the big picture individual giving. Moving on to grants, pretty straightforward, renewing our past grants. Again, so outside of grassroots, like our other main source of income has been grants. And so we're doubling down on our grant goals this year. There's 13, is that right? I think our goal is to write 30 grants this year and hope that we get half. So it's been very exciting. Lots of writing happening in the back over here. And for folks that don't know, so the dev team is myself. We have a grant writer named April who is 20 hours a week. Our teammate Paula is moving over into the dev admin side, and she's going to be doing 20 hours a week on that as well. And then Nivi, my co-ED, gets in the mix when she can and when she, her best skills are being applied. So that's our dev team. So April and all the rest of us are pulling out, looking for major multi-year grants. Multi-year is always the key. Both Ford and MacArthur have been multi-year, and it's been really incredible. And also Perspective, multi-year. So hoping to bring in another, if not two, major multi-year grants at over 100 if possible. And there's also room built in here just for flexibility, of course, multi-year grants at a smaller amount, 25,000. And then of course, major single year grants for folks that can't commit to multi-year. You're still welcome at the table, of course. So hoping we can find other major grants at single year. And then same for them, same for having the 25K. These are goals. We did secure what is so far a single year grant at 25. So woohoo. That's one so far. And that is a contact that I met at Sundance this year. So these things can move quickly. So it's definitely good to, connect as early as possible. There are a couple of government grants that we're going for as well. They probably won't come in this year because they take forever. But that's why this box here is blank. But there's a lot of prep to do for them. So they're in for this year's activities. If there's any folks in here who love writing grants or love reading grants or just have a lot of experience with reading them and are open to us sending some grants around for you to read and give feedback, we'd really appreciate that. Just wanting to make sure everything is coming off in the right way and we're not missing any elements that could have been helpful. Especially for if you know people and so not especially for period. Second part of that new sentence is we're looking to build relationships with a lot of foundations and grant makers who are oftentimes invite only. Um, and oftentimes, if not invite only, still a relationship is much, is very helpful. So we're focusing this year on like taking a lot of time to dig through who we might have a relationship with and trying to build that up. So if you know folks that are working in these kinds of positions around the foundation world or um, individual like family foundations, um, anything in that realm, like please reach out so that we can start to um, build those relationships. Going down to sponsorship. So looking for a few categories here. Um, First one, major general sponsors that are folks at hoping that, we got one on here. Maybe it's more than one. Hopefully it's more than one. But there's one at like 150 here that I assume would be, and what we're, sort of what we're strategizing towards at the moment are folks who would be a major industry player who can afford this and who would be excited to be in this kind of position and org like us, like a Netflix or Amazon, Adobe, HBO, like things, folks at that kind of stature. Um, for the industry access program, which is the program that takes our makers, our members to festivals and does our industry roundtables and things like that. Um, we're looking for folks that would be more than likely interested in visibility as sponsors at like major festival events. Um, and so that could, of course, include the traditional like film festival sponsors. That could also be the Netflix, Amazon, etc., at a lower level. Um, but we are also looking for kind of lifestyle sponsors in that realm because we have that visibility and thinking about like hotels, Airbnb, um, Uber, Lyft, other transportation, maybe a luggage company. This is where the water bottles come in. Folks that are trying to continue to play in that film festival sponsorship world, I think is where the best fit is there. Um, for the community/member meetup sponsors, um, looking for a handful at a smaller level. These are folks that would be excited to support communities of color and see value in that kind of visibility. Um, and also thinking lifestyle there. Um, Thinking about community building and specifically like women and non-binary people of color. So this could be in the realm of hair product, makeup, clothes, coffee, um, again, water bottle, like things that our community can kind of help represent and make visible for them. And also, of course, like brings added value to our community. Um, this might be like a Target, Converse, or things in that kind of realm. We've yeah, like Dove, Dove is a major sponsor of Sundance, like things in that realm. Um, Things that are, of course, folks that are interested in women, but also in queer, trans, or non-binary worlds too would work well for us. Just like small example, there's a body, kind of like body wear for trans people, like things like that could be a realm that we could play in. Um, okay, and then going to panel sponsors, these are um, more than likely distributors or streamers who have a project that they want more visibility for that aligns with our values, and we could also hopefully be able to highlight members either within their project or like in conversation with that if they with their project or side by side, like some other panelists alongside the sponsors panelists. Um, this could be a realm where like, hey, let's invite Onyx to sponsor a panel that features these filmmakers and also this or that, or let's see if Nat Geo wants to do a panel about this new TV series that happens to have, three members a part of it, and that be a sponsored thing, things like that. So yeah, that's panel sponsors. I don't know. This five could definitely be higher. It could definitely be 10. Um, especially for in-person events. So that I will edit that. Um, okay, so also panel sponsors could be FYC. In that realm, if you don't know, we have our um FYC program is called BGDM Presents and Advertising. I will share that link with you as well, just to make sure that you guys have those handy when you're looking at this. Um, okay, and then what is next? Oh yeah, sorry, BGN presents advertising are next. They're more in depth, but those are panels and email campaigns. Sorry, there's a baby crying next to me, of course. Panels and email campaigns to support projects that are aligned with our mission that may or may not be directed by members. Of course, we prefer that, but there's other areas for alignment to happen, like other filmmakers of color, or if the subject matter feels like something that we could get behind. We're open to that. That could be for the Oscars and the Emmys, of course. And let's see, what am I missing? Oh, oh yeah, this isn't here, but it should be. The member directory sponsors. Let me see if this is done. Yes. So member directory, we want to find again a sort of a large-ish number of folks to come in at a medium or small amount. This again, I think we're trying to stay away from asking for 5K from these. So going to 10K. This is going out to production companies primarily because they are the ones that are using our directory and jobs board the most. We want to invite them to, contribute to BGDM and partner with us in a more official way through these sponsorship of the directory itself. Um, so hoping to have sort of a large pool and represent the industry and folks and the production folks out there who are looking for to diversifying their crews um, and wanting to be part of how the industry is changing and do that with support BGDM support at BGDM. And the last thing real quick is this awards campaign grant. We're doing a boot camp around awards campaign transparency and how to this summer. And we'd love to be able to attach a grant opportunity to it for 2 to 5 members who are on the awards trail, who are qualified, who have great momentum, may or may not have distribution, but definitely need support in bringing visibility to their campaign. We know that, I mean, the goal right now is, let's see, um, this is one at 50,000. If we can do that, great. If we could do it, if we could do 2 to 5 at 20,000 or 3 at 30,000, like we'd love to do any options that are become available. Preferably 2 to 3 or 2 to 5 at 30,000. So this campaign grant I feel like is for industry folks who are really interested in that prestige and could feel like BGDM being part of this with BGDM could bring them awards prestige and also like uh of course support really amazing films. I mean, they're going to be the best films at the festivals and getting the most buzz and incredible projects that we have. The last 2 or 3 years we've had um a large chunk of the short doc um and also a few of the feature-length docs in the Oscars have had BGD numbers at the helm or in prominent positions. So it's not a huge leap that one of these projects could make it all the way. But either way, the point is that there's a lot of visibility that comes with doing a campaign for that filmmaker and for that film, and it's a huge opportunity for filmmakers of color when this process can be so opaque and expensive. So we'd like to bring some support to help them hire a PR person or pay for their posters or branding or wherever that money needs to go for that process. Um, and also support them also with in-kind opportunities like and discounts. Like maybe there's like a 50% off for screening fee at DCTV or something like that. Like just kind of mixing up pieces for these members to take advantage of. Okay, so um, that boot camp is an educational event that is for members and public, FYI. And so that's a good visibility point for sponsors who might be concerned about only reaching communities of color. This will be one that's open to the public. Um, we have floated this to Netflix, haven't heard back yet, but I want to send this to Nat Geo, but kind of folks in the realm um, who care about this kind of prestige items. Okay, going quickly through the last sections. Program income. Fingers crossed, we're in talks with Time Studios right now, who are themselves are in talks with Adobe to partner with us to do a commissioning project. That would be um, getting like 50K to a certain number of members to make a short film in a certain time span. On a certain subject that is aligned with the three Adobe Time and BGDM. Fingers crossed, waiting to hear back on how that was going. Last I heard, we were about 70% through the kind of contracting process and confirmation process. So fingers crossed it all comes together. A portion of that would go to BGDM. So this doesn't include the amount that would be going to the filmmakers, assuming that would go from Time or from Adobe. And then this extra amount, this amount for running the program at BGDM would come to us. So that's okay. Hoping to find another thing like that before the end of the year. So if folks know about or can think through another sort of partner project that we could run that could bring in some cash for implementing that, that would be huge. So definitely send the thoughts that our way. And then just quickly through some nitty-gritty tickets for the boot camp. Still debating the price point, but right now it's $50, thinking 25-ish people would come to that. We are going to start doing our industry mixers in a way that does involve ticketing as well. So that'll be, there's 2 of them here, so that'll be another big event. I think that we might also have some of those be public, but I need to confirm. And then, in addition to our panels being sponsored, we want to see if we can charge tickets for those as well. Hoping to do 6 panels, virtual and in person this year. And then the only real event we have on the schedule is this, what we're calling right now is Film Fam Karaoke Night. And that's in honor of BGDM's birthday. in October. That'll be our 9th birthday. The goal for this event for me is that it's a combination of member event, but it's really kind of geared toward the allies, folks in the doc space who go to festivals, who like to socialize, who want to be out, who love karaoke like so many of us do, and um, we can come together to party basically to and also support BGDM. So definitely want to find sponsors for this event, and let me know if you know have any ideas from the sponsors for that. But the income here, sponsors will hopefully cover the cost of the event itself and then some. But we could also do have it be ticketed in some way, but just kind of leaving it open for now. Okay. Um, and then as we, looking for an event match that we can kind of market for that evening, a donation match where, someone says, so and so is gonna donate 10K. If we can raise another, 5K or 10K tonight, kind of thing. We have some raffle tickets as well. And then jumping down to admin ops/com student income. This is the physical sponsorship sort of stretch that we're working on right now. It may not come to fruition before the end of the year. It likely won't. But it's possible. But it's not a high amount here. We just have a little, hey, maybe we'll get 5 people to do for the end of the year and a percentage of what they bring in. I think this is a percentage of 10K. Maybe, yeah. So small amount there. Merch, if we can streamline our delivery process a bit better. We can do some merch, move some merch before the end of the year. This is again a small goal. Hopefully we can get that higher and moving before the end of the year. And then oh yeah, donation for directory is a pop-up that happens on the website when folks peruse the main site and also the directory. There's just a pop-up that suggests a donation. So this is also small, just estimating that folks aren't going to do a whole lot on that. But so that's the big picture. You can see our goal here, or the total at least of this whole thing here, is 1.8 million. Our budget is right now I want to say bare bones, but like our baseline operating budget is 1.2. Preferably it'd be 1.6. Like if we were feeling we're thriving and things are flowing well, 1.6 is the goal. We're overshooting here, obviously, and so that we can come in at the right place, but with fingers crossed and hopes that we'll get even more. So yeah, I think that's the big picture of things that I wanted to share with you. Just skimming in case I missed anything. Yeah, I think that's the big picture. Thanks for everything as usual, and just wanted to share that context. And I'm happy to receive an email or have a call with any of you at any time, or text, of course, too. And if you have any ideas, please let me know. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful rest of the Sorry, trying to figure out this stuff. There we go. On share.